Or you hold him so that he's not able to react or rebound away from you so that he will feel the full effect. Right? But in karate, they punch that way and it goes, and punch number 2, punch number 3, punch number 4. Probably never works. Or more than likely will not work because of the reaction. Whereas the circular moves that we make, right? Boom, right? It doesn't force him out of the way. Right? Okay? It turns him or positions him so that we can use the combination of it. Okay. Questions?
I have a question. We're used to fighting in bright light. I'm trying to think, what's the technique if you're in a bright light and all of a sudden you go into a dark environment where someone else is adjusted to it and you can't see?
I mean, if you can't see, you can't see. I mean, the art doesn't give you any special powers. Right? You know, if you can't see, you can't see. You need to avoid that kind of situation.
In the service, they teach you to keep one eye shut.
Yeah, you can't walk around like this.
You're going in a dark place before you go in.
Well, we've done something similar where we just close your eyes and somebody grabs you. You learn real quick not to let them go. So that's maybe more the.
You hurt just like everybody else. So.
I had a question about defending on blocking. Would you keep your, I mean, how far would you go out to meet a punch? If the punch was out here, would you pull out to get it like that, or would you wait until it came within a certain distance?
Well, okay, normally you would wait until it gets within range, right? That's probably why the art has kind of evolved, right? And you see, throw, this type of a move. In other words, you're ready, okay, for when he throws the punch, okay? So you know he's going to throw the punch, so boom, you react right away, right? And if you see, maybe this studio, my studio, wherever you see, you'll see that happen. Okay, your turn. Right? Okay. That's part of the art. I mean, that's the power block. But I think what you want to do is learn how to.
Are you at a disadvantage?
Use
So I'm
more
thinking
technique.
in terms of just mechanics. You're at a disadvantage if you're out. If you have to reach out like that.
Definitely are.
You want to have.
committed.
I'm thinking, if you wait till you're in here, do you have more power in your hips? I mean, are you at a better
The
advantage?
closer you
mechanically?
are to your center, the more power or leverage and balance you have. Right? Okay. So that's why, okay, stick your arm out. Okay? Don't let me move the arm. Don't let me move the arm. Right? Don't let me move the arm. Go ahead, don't let me move the arm. Don't let me move the arm. Right?
Right.
Right? Okay. Now, if you're holding it here, I'd have to move your whole body before I can move the arm. In other words, you have more leverage. Right?
So
The closer you are to center. Okay? And that's why when you do these techniques, what you want to do is bring this around center, okay? And not off center, right? Not off center, right? Because from here, I have very little leverage or power to do anything to you.
And that's because you're extended so far out?
Okay? Right? So, if I keep this close to my center, right? I stepped in. Okay, where is this?
So close to
My center, right? Okay? It's important. Okay? You have to remember to make sure your opponent comes off balance no matter what you do, right? Left hand. Left hand punch. Yes. Right? Left hand, right? He comes off balance so that you can take him, right? Even on the punching technique, most of us punch this way, right? Okay? I'm off center, right? Step in, right? See? Close to on center. Right?
Are you intentionally checking him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right? That's the spot that, right? That's what you need to do, step in, right? Come on, please. Okay. You see how much power, right? I can hit you fairly hard, okay? But if I'm stepping in and driving on, right? Right? You can use your legs to punch with, where this way it's hard to use your legs, right? You don't know, half horse? Okay? Now, if you were punching out here, okay, roundhouse punch, punch out here, right? Right? Go ahead. Punch around. Punch around. Okay?
Balance, it's gonna fall down.
Right? Okay, now. Right? Use some hand speed. Don't push, don't push. Use hand speed, right? Right? Use your legs. Right? Okay? But if it's out here, it's hard to use your legs. Yeah.
Reach.
You have to lean and reach. Right? So rather than lean and reach, you step in. Right? You have to step in. In most cases, you have to step in. You don't step in, you're too far out of range.
A general question. If we were up against an experienced fighter, most arts, and we don't get a lot of practice with this, they're kickers. And like your taekwondo, kempos, karate, and high kickers. And so we don't get a lot of practice in this very art because we're taught not to go high and so on. Can you just show us some general approaches going against someone who's as fast with their feet as the average person is with their hands? I mean, real experienced kickers.
It's just what we talked about here, right? Learning to react to the distance and make him reach past this hand. Okay, but okay, backing up a little bit. If you watch cable TV, once in a while it's on regular TV, full contact karate or whatever it is. Okay, have you noticed that they always have rules that you have to kick 6 times?
That's right.
Or you have to kick 8 times around. Right? Why do they have that rule? Why do they make you kick 8 times around?
Or you wouldn't kick that much, right?
Why wouldn't you kick that much? It doesn't work, right? It works once in a while. Once in a while you get a lucky kick in. Okay? But for the most part, it doesn't work. Right? That's why they make you kick 8 times around. Right? If it was effective, if it worked well, if it was so devastating, okay, wouldn't you be using it primarily? Right? But it doesn't work. I mean, most of the time it doesn't work. So the odds of it working aren't very good. That's why it isn't used. That's why they have to put a rule in. You have to kick 8 times around. Okay. But if you practice the things that you learn in here, right, you're good. I mean, you don't have to worry. But what happens is, okay, you forget. Right? You forget it. You end up squared off. You had a question.
Right. It seems like in most of the punches and strikes we have in Sansoo, the hand is already cocked up from a rear position coming forward.
That's because of the way you stand?
Right.
The way you stand? Boxers do that too. When I say boxers, not very good boxers do that. Because I kind of study boxing because of my involvement in the art. Okay? And you'll see a lot of boxers. Come on. You see a lot of boxers, right? They're doing this. Okay? And watch it. Okay? When they do that, they miss most of the time. Right? Because it takes too long to move your hands from here to here to here. Okay? And the guy normally isn't there most of the time. The guy that's more effective is the one that's doing this. Okay? He has his shoulder turned. Okay? A good example is George Foreman. You remember George Foreman? Who did he fight?
Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. Okay. I love that fight. Okay? All through that fight, George Foreman was doing this. Right? Left, right. Okay? And he was making contact around here or missing. Right? Because the shoulder wasn't in position and he's throwing from so far away. Okay? Michael Moore was able to do this. Right? He'd get hit around here or the punch would miss. The one and only time he rotated that shoulder, if you get a chance to look at it, the one and only time he rotated that shoulder, right? He goes, right? What did Michael Moore say?
Oh,
Didn't see it coming.